Yo, this something about this right now feels really familiar. I know it sounds familiar at least.
Yeah, I would say, it's good to hear the voice of B Sums, who's definitely in the house, man. Brian,
Hey,
who is that? Who's that on the bottom?
I think this is James.
Yo,
I I haven't seen James in a while. Dayo, I haven't seen you as much as I would normally because of 2020. And it's a lot going on. And it pushed us to this point right here. 4 years ago, we started this podcast called Shoot 'em with Shooters, with just me when I moved back to Maryland, coming over your house. And then my other podcast turned into this podcast,
right.
which turns into,
We're getting better. Say the name.
yeah,
Say
we're getting better,
you know.
improved when a show with you
Right.
turned into something that was very natural, I should say.
Organic. Organic.
Organic.
Yeah.
Your energy matched my low key, not low keyness, but my what would you call it? Calm,
I would
chill.
say your chill demeanor.
Yeah, yeah.
I think what was more interesting was our birthdays were a day apart as well.
A day apart, and that would only be foreshadow for something else.
Right.
you know. Uh, but that whole thing. Let's just go and get the origin story. But before we do that, I just want to give the people watching and the people that have been listening for a while just a reintroduction. Uh, I'm Bryon Summers, photographer, content creator, originally from Maryland, Eleanor Roosevelt High School alumni, and,
Haters.
and I met these guys in high school. I'm not going to tell their stories. I'll let them go around. But Dayo,
Well, there's a lot more to Brian than that for sure. My name is Dayo Kusoko, aka The Art Hype. Let me look at the camera. I got to get used to this. Aka The Art Hype, aka Hype. Definitely a photographer, content creator as well. I deal with marketing and branding, and I got a studio in Capitol Heights, Maryland, called the Dojo with two of my partners. Just really glad to be on here with my brothers. This was a testament to connection and working together and collaborating. And that happened at a wedding all those years ago, fellas. And we shot a wedding together, and the rest is history. And coming from ERHS and from the Prince George's County area, this is something that's a special bond, brothers.
Yes, it's Maryland is where we all pretty much crossed paths and really started the foundation of our friendship. I'm James Anthony, photographer, content creator from PG County by way of New York City. And currently I'm in Los Angeles chasing the dream like we all are. And we're here back again in front of your face, trying to bring you some live visuals of this wonderful platform that has touched and affected many shooters across the world. Literally, we can say that. And big ups to you, Bryon, for spearheading this whole project. And it feels good to just be sitting here, some normalcy in the midst of all this chaos.
Agreed, bro. I miss you guys. Hey, I miss you guys, man.
Likewise.
Real talk.
Indeed. We've definitely done a lot in the past 4 years. Life has happened, marriages, kids. It's a lot. And we're going to talk more about that throughout each of these episodes. One thing that we tried to do with one of the iterations of the podcast was to work better remotely. James, you travel a lot. Obviously 2020 is a different story, but beyond that, you've been traveling a lot. Dayo, you've had several studios. We both have similar life, additions happening at the same time. So everything was happening, and we were trying to. Oh, and I actually moved from Maryland to New Jersey, so we're literally remote. I'm in New Jersey, New York. You're in the DMV. James was leaving actually from Atlanta to LA. So all of that was going on. We was trying to figure out how to get a better remote situation going on, and we tried some things. But here we are. Everybody's remote now, and it was only right that photographers get together and have a decent setup. So here we are.
I feel like this is something that's been missing, not only in our lives, but maybe in the lives of others. just being able to hear the stories that, we all have for our general, various experiences in our various industries in the photography world, but also just seeing our journey. I think it's so cool that we can look back on an episode from 4 years ago and now say, oh my gosh, there's some things that we talked about that we've accomplished now. James, I remember how big going to LA was for you. That was a big thing, and everything that you risked on going to LA has been coming to fruition. Like, the exact reason why you moved has been happening. Bryon, you took a leap of faith. You said, yo, I'm chasing not only life, but I'm chasing my love. And here you are, married in Newark. I always try to say it right.
Newark.
Right. But now you're out there and you're making connections not only in that community, but also across the river over in New York. And, it's just really amazing to see that through it all, everything happening, we're pursuing and we're surviving.
Indeed.
And I'm gonna be real with y'all. When y'all first told me that kids were on the way, I was happy for y'all as far as life, but then there was a glimmer of me. I'm like, oh, is this gonna change everything that we've done? Just because when you have kids, it's no longer about you. It's about your offspring. It's about providing for your dependents. So I knew that things were going to change. The pace of how we moved were going to change. But what also got me excited was when Bryon said, bro, I'm taking the leap. I'm leaving corporate America. And Dayo, you too, when it's just like, yo, I'm 100% freelance now. I'm just like, all right, yo, shit's about to really change. And the fact that you guys did that and found a way to, it's almost like when your back is pressed up against the wall, you're going to find a way to make a way. And I'm just big ups to all of us. We all found a way to make a way, because not everybody can do it. Not everybody can sustain that. And it just feels good to be here right now for me to pop on my social media and to see everybody winning. And then that's what it's about.
We have a lot of photographer friends, but after a while, you're not going to work with 5 photographer friends on a project. We're going to compartmentalize. We're going to say, you're an art director, you're, this role, you're going to edit, and this is going to come together. But you have that aspect of, teams, but then you also have accountability partners. And, we've been that for each other as well. And just like Dayo said, sharing the stories that we've experienced. We've all come from the same, like one origin point. We've all had a class with Mr. Creek at Eleanor Roosevelt, rest in peace. But we've come a long way and in different directions. I think I would have never known, James, that you were a photographer if it wasn't for Facebook. You go to high school, we all ran track together, and then after you leave high school, say, well, what do you do if I don't see you again? If I don't see you for 4 years, am I thinking that you're still running track? No, you got other things that you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing. Just because of social media, it's like, yeah, there's plenty of people we went to high school with. We see them on social media from a distance, but photography literally brought us back in each other's lives and formed an even stronger brotherhood. We've been present in each other's very important points in our lives. So just the fact that we can continue our life living with these memories that we're making. You guys, I'm able to see your kids grow up. I mean, it's an amazing bonding experience just being able to have that camaraderie amongst us. And photography has taken us on some wild journeys. We talked about it previous seasons about places we've been. And I know once outside opens back up 100%, there's some more memories to be made. So I'm excited what's to come.
I'm definitely looking forward to this show developing. When we first started it, it was just, oh, hey, I'm coming over your house. I got the mic and stuff. Let's just set up, but now it's, okay, we've seen different things and learned different things, so we can now apply that to this show. This show is a project in itself. It's the 3 of us making this show, that's it. And when you see other people in lanes like Joe Budden, and, Charlemagne doing, different like things and raising the bar, if you will. And, shout out to Combat Jack, rest in peace as well, for showing people how to, move in this way is cool. And it's something to set a goal for, I guess, but those podcasts also always need photographers. and videographers to like get those images together. The cool thing from my perspective is that we're already ahead of the curve, or we should be, with the visuals. Dayo, I'll cut you off. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, you definitely cut me off, Bryon. We're back, and Bryon is still just boxing me out of the combo. You know what? I'm here to win, and no. But Bryon, what you said is real, bro. James, I look back, and I'm just like, one thing we're not even mentioning is that we're all brothers that have gone to college. We joined these organizations, Greek organizations, National Panhellenic Council.
Bryon missed
and
it.
Bryon,
yeah, he missed it. He wasn't gonna do nothing no ways, man.
Right.
I was about to turn the background purple, but James, you already got it right. I was like, I got the wrong color.
So I think that element is amazing as well. I mean, it's just shout out to Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, by the way.
Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Shout out to the bros.
Like a Power Ranger. I got my gold on. All
right. Right. James, you
look like Bryan's mascot, boy.
Hey, yep.
No, but I just think it's really dope how our paths have gone. And, I got to say this, guys. There's a lot of things I don't know if I would have accomplished them if I didn't have this camaraderie of community. I got to keep it 100. The things that we discuss as far as pitch decks, dialogue, who to do this with, gems left and right. And from Jump Street, it's always been unapologetic, no holds back. It's like, yo, what's your question? What's your answer? And I think that respect has also shown us and given us that energy to spread that to others. Because I know in each of our regards, there's individuals that we associate with, and it's not even an issue. It's not even a problem. You know what I mean? So it's special to have that, and I'm glad I have that with you guys. Oh.
No, I agree, man. Like, Dayo, you hit me up. Like, we always hit each other up on various things. I may hit Bryon. I'm trying to do this showcase. What should I do? Somebody may hit me up, ask me about contracts or whatever. But it's imperative that you have that, especially when we're in I feel like how we move amongst each other is a testament to show you can give people information, you can drop gems, you can give people words of advice on bettering their business without feeling like, oh, it's going to take food out of my mouth. So I feel like us practicing that, it makes us more willing to, give information to the next person. And that's the importance about this whole network, especially in the climate that we're in, where we want to see everybody Black win. Not that it's just about Black people, but we have been slighted the most based off of history. So when things are going on, it's like, yo, when your brother to your left and your right have a question about bettering their business, yo, drop your knowledge on them, because it's only going to help you as a creative get the bigger and better job. And then when that turn comes around for you needing assistance, I can't count how many times I've called and reached out to y'all to assist me on projects that otherwise I wouldn't have felt as comfortable without having my family to my left and my right. So yeah, it's all about community. That's what this is about. Shooting with shooters.
Yo, Bryon, I'm glad he touched on it before we could even get there, because that energy is what the energy is right now. And, once again, we love everybody. We love, humanity. We love being here, but we are really trying to make a difference. We're trying to make the difference that we've wanted to see in our own communities and with our friends and with our families and with the other ones coming up behind us. Just trying to give people an opportunity in this space, because I don't think when I was 10 or 9 and I took a great picture on my dad's camera, or, and somebody said, yo, this kid got something. There's something there. Nah, it wasn't that. It was like, Bryon, read your book. Go and study. Go and do this and that. You know what I mean? Shout out to my Nigerian family, but it's good to also have that aspect of, I can do well in anything I put my heart to. And if it inspires me, then I'm going to be even more interested and dedicate more, because it speaks to me. And the fact that we all, come on, man, we went to a science and tech high school. We're pretty intelligent guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were taking AP classes in sophomore years and this and that. So it's amazing to see that even with all of that, we've incorporated that to our businesses, how we practice with people, our relationships. And, you know, maybe I'm rambling, guys, but I just miss you guys. And when I think about this type of brotherhood, I want everyone to have something like this because it's powerful.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you're in it so you don't realize it until somebody else pays you a compliment or whatever, or just gives you a note. So the times that the show had been away, you know, and people come up and, you know, mention like the show or mention, oh, I miss you guys, or listening to like you guys' stories, you know, just a testament to the whole, you know, I guess like you said, the brotherhood and the bond. But it's also cool to see an example being, you know, not set, but just, you know, just an example. I look at YouTube videos all the time. I love watching different tutorials and finding new things, but I don't see us. So I'm glad that there's 3 of us here right now. And again, this is the first one of this aspect. So who knows where it might go from here. We're definitely going to take advantage of this visual component that we have now with photographers. So we have photos that you guys want to see, of course. We got plenty of behind the scenes footage. James, I'm looking forward to seeing stuff that, you know, you haven't shared. Dayo, I know you got stories for days.
Hey.
I want to see all of this stuff. And come on, man. James,
Hey, man, there's a little piece of footage from a trip to Oregon somewhere.
I want to see that. If it's if it's starring me, I want to see that that one mishap.
Oh,
We got stories, y'all. So just you'll be thoroughly entertained from the antics, from jumping off cliffs to production to behind the scenes of photo shoots to road trips. If you follow any of us and watch our stories, it'll be like our stories, but just in more depth. And we're excited to share that with y'all because some of this footage has never been seen. And it's a testament to show the journeys, that the experiences that we have, like while we're living our lives, but we're also shooting with shooters. So,
ooh,
hey,
he's too good. He's too good, man. And that's the thing. Y'all are like my friends in real life, so.
You can't fake this.
I'm also looking forward to bringing back the pick of the week.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up week.
It's a little different though, because we'll be spotlighting a photographer, and each of us will pick one favorite photo of that photographer of our liking, and we'll kind of dissect it and explain to you why we find it appealing. And that way it'll spotlight a light on these, you know, different photographers out here, on the community. So if you guys aren't hip to these photographers, hopefully it'll encourage you to go to their profile, go to their body of work, and become and just divulge yourself in their work. And that's what this is all about, because we are experienced photographers, we are professional photographers, but there are still so many other photographers out there that inspire us, that motivate us to step our game up. And sometimes there's photographers that are so dope, we're wondering why don't they have the shine that they deserve. And this time around, we're putting a spotlight on all the photographers out there that you guys may not be hip to, whether they be women photographers, whether they be photographers that aren't photographers of color. We pretty much got the color on lock, but we'll be spotlighting some other photographers whose work is out there. You may be privy to, you may not be, but all this is about sharing that spotlight on the community and just shouting out people that we may be influenced or inspired or motivated by. That's what this is about.
You know, you always wonder, who is the photographer behind that shot? What's his story? What inspired him? What did he see? He saw something that I saw. He saw something I didn't even see. And I think Bryon, this is shooting with shooters. It was, who are these people producing this quality of work? And that's the consistency, because once again, James, you hit it right on the head, man. The spotlight needs to shine. Shout out to Moon Melanin. The stories need to be told. The light needs to shine on us and on individuals who are doing their thing. So we can just be a hand and let's just connect. Legoland.
You got Colors, you got Subway Psalms, you got Moon Melanin, you got James Shoots and Draws. Like when you put your mind in something and you create this baby, it can take you to who knows where. Like James Shoots and Draws for me it has opened so many doors. So
Yeah.
if anything, I'm encouraged by seeing Bryon, you over the years come out with these different series. I'm like, you know what, this is dope. And then of course with the implementation of social media, you create yourself a hashtag, you brand yourself strongly in that, and then you create lanes and opportunities for yourself with larger brands where they're giving you opportunities where otherwise they wouldn't have even known of you. And you know, I just got a package from Instagram, just from being a dope content creator. Like that's motivation for me to kind of keep doing what I'm doing, even when I felt like, oh man, I'm getting a little burnt out. But when you get things like that and you get the feedback from a larger entity, all it does is encourage you to keep going and to think of the next bigger and better thing.
Right.
Indeed, man. I'm looking forward to us like getting a chance to share these experiences, creating more experiences, and spotlighting photographers. And if you listening and watching have someone that you want to be spotlighted, leave us a note in the comment, drop us a DM, and follow us on Instagram at @ShootOwenShooters. Look, we can go on about how great it is to be back, but we're here, and this episode is pretty much it. Just wanted to give people a taste of what @ShootOwenShooters has been and what is going to be. So looking forward to sharing more photos, sharing more BTS, sharing more experiences. And when the world opens back up, us getting back together, going to the dojo, going to LA to the in-home infamous studio where you shot hella people.
Oh my gosh.
But you guys can follow more, obviously subscribing to this channel, @ShootOwenShooters, and on Instagram @ShootOwenShooters. You can find me at BryonSummers.com and at BryonSummers on Instagram.
Yo, it's Dayo Kosoko. You can find me at the Art Hype, thearthype.com. But this is all about Shooting with Shooters. Check us out. Shooting with Shooters on Instagram and on SoundCloud.
I am James Anthony on all platforms across everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I am James Anthony. And yeah, we're looking forward to catching y'all. Meanwhile, y'all lock in on Shooting with Shooters Instagram page to catch up on all the updates.